What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm your boy Auto Guy DIY, coming at you with an AC compressor change on a 2009 Ram 1500. So I've been going through the AC problems y'all have all been watching. If you hadn't, go back, check some videos, some of the issues I've had, and some of the things I tried. So I finally went down and had somebody hook a set of gauges up to it with the high side and the low side, and boom, there it was, clear as day. The compressor was not working. It's not pumping enough high pressure to activate the high pressure switch, to activate the E fan. So that's what the situation is. So I went down, brought a compressor, got the system evacuated. Now we're gonna change it out, get this AC going, and jump on some more third gen content, because I have some things going on with that truck finally that we need to get into. So let's jump out here to this 4th gen and get it started. All right, we're out here at the truck. So the first thing you want to do, disconnect your battery, 100%, positive and negative. Take your belt off, and then our compressor's down here on the bottom. So we're gonna get down here, unplug it, unbolt it, undo the lines, and rip it out of here. Get a new one on. Like I stated, for me, I don't have the equipment, so I took it down and had the system evacuated to make sure there's no Freon in there. And my compressor comes pre-filled with oil. That's something you want to make sure if you're going to buy one, to make sure it's pre-filled with oil. So let's jump under this truck and get this thing taken off. So we're under the truck. You see the compressor down here. So you got a bolt here, a bolt right here, right? Those are 12 millimeters. And then you have one on the back. We'll get up under here. And then you got one up in here, right here. That's a 13. And then your lines, your AC lines, those are 13s. And you have to unplug your switch here. So we're gonna get into that and we're gonna get it ripped off of here. So when you do this plug right here, you'll pull your lock pin out. Let's see if I can get my hand up in here. Right? You'll pull that little lock pin out that goes on the side right there. And then you'll push down on your tab and it'll come apart. Push down on the end, not on the inside, push down on the outside, and it'll slide right off of there. So now we're gonna rip them lines off and then break this compressor loose. We'll rip it out of here and get the new one put on. All right, guys, we got it out of there, man. It's 1, 2, 3 bolts, 2 lines. Like I said, 12, 12, 13 in the back. These here, these little cap bolts, or just a bolt, or 13s, and then we pulled it off. So one thing to note is when you do disconnect it and pull it off underneath the truck, do not let your inlet outlets point down. It'll pour the oil out and then you'll make a mess. Just to throw this in, this is the old one here. If you look at the placement of the studs on the new one, this stud was here. So you have to remove it and put one in here. They give you extra ones to put here and make sure just to make sure your studs are in the same spot. So when you go back with it, you go back with it. And then also on the end of your lines, which I'll show you when I get back under the truck, you replace them O-rings every single time. One more thing, when you're taking off your O-rings here, off of your old lines, so on your high pressure line, you're gonna have this gasket, and then you're gonna have the O-ring. You have to pull the O-ring off to get this off. And then they give you a new one, put this one on, your new O-rings around your hoses, and go with it. But I wanted to throw that in so you know that this plate will be on there and you do need to peel it off. And the key is that you're gonna put this on your line, and then you're gonna put your O-ring on there because it's gonna hold this part on your line. So we're gonna jump under here and get this thing put on there and see what we got. So it took both hands to stretch these O-rings around, but you have to put these plates on here. You see that little plate right there? You gotta put that on first and then snap your O-ring on, and you'll be good to go. Now, when I pulled it off, there wasn't one on the low side, which would be your bigger hose, but it came with both of them, so I'm putting it back with one. If it comes with it, go with it. So we're gonna bolt this thing back up and see what we got. Well, there it is, guys. It's bolted up. Lines are bolted back up. Plugs plug back in. I mean, it's as simple as that. The hardest part is that you have to reach up under here and through here to hold it up to get them started. I mean, it's super simple to get off. I've only been out here about an hour. So we're gonna finish wrapping this up. Once we get it going, we'll click this thing back on, finish this video. with his brand new compressor. And just a little side note, don't do like I did. I literally bolted my belt behind the compressor here. So now I have to take it back off to get the belt from behind it and then put it back on. So make sure you pay attention to where your belt's at when you go back to putting your new compressor on, because it can screw you. We got it all bolted back up. You see it down there, right? Now I don't know if you can pick that compressor up. So now let me get into this real quick before we turn this on and show you that it works. So if you're gonna do AC work, don't be like myself and jump into it without a set of gauges. You need a set of gauges that'll read the high side and the low side on your AC, and it'll tell you everything you need to know. So I went and had the truck hooked up to some gauges. The high side was reading the same pressure as the low side, which let me know that that AC compressor wasn't pumping like it was supposed to, which in return, if that high pressure switch does not see the right kind of high pressure, it'll never turn your E-fan on. So now that I got this compressor changed out, I'm gonna turn it on right now. Let me see if I can get you down here. See if you can see that compressor turn on. See how that compressor turned on? Now listen, that E-fan will kick on. There goes that E-fan there. So that's what my problem was. Yes, that old fan was bad. I did need to replace it, but I went through all this other stuff. If I would have went down and got a set of gauges where I could read the high and low side of the AC, I would have known instantly. So with all that, it's that simple to change the AC compressor. We got this done. Truck's in top shape again. So now we're gonna jump back to the 3rd gen. I got some brakes, some front end work, and I got a starting problem. So we'll get into that next weekend. With all that, keep living the dream, doing your thing, like and subscribe. Always leave your boy a comment, and I'm rolling out.